Hello, my name is Chad Kalstwacken. I'm a member of the Player Development Group, and I'm here today to continue our hitting series. Last video was on grip and stance, and we're continuing the series today with the load aspect of the swing. So first off, what is the load? So the load is the aspect of the swing, kind of pre-pitch, where we're getting some movement in our swing, some negative movement, so that we're then able to explode our swing after the pitcher has released the ball. Okay, so it's kind of that timing aspect of the swing. So when batters are in the batter's box, this is a really important aspect of being in that batter's box and timing up the swing. This is also maybe at a younger age, maybe a little overlooked aspect of the swing, or an aspect of the swing that just doesn't get performed, quite frankly. So if you go out and you watch, for sure, 8U players, you watch 10U players all the way up to their last potentially third year of 10U, and you watch some 12U players, this will be an aspect of the swing that just maybe doesn't happen, or it happens really late in their swing, which causes a lot of inconsistencies. So it can cause timing inconsistencies where they're late, or it causes contact inconsistencies where they're just not making as consistent a contact as they could be. So let's go over how we are teaching our Irish players the load aspect of the swing. So let's get into our good stance. Again, pretty wide stance, and you'll see why here in a second. And our grip. Okay, so first aspect that I'm going to talk about in our load is just we're going to take the heel, our front heel, and just lift up off the ground. So if you want to do some searching on load, this would be a no stride version of a load. Okay, so some will do kind of a lift up or a higher leg kick. This is going to be a no stride where we're leaving our front toes on the ground and simply lifting our front heel off the ground when that pitcher is getting into her delivery, and in some aspect of her delivery, either up here, depending on the speed of the pitcher. Okay, again, that's a timing aspect for our hitters to be doing in the batter's box. Okay, so once you get that front heel up, our weight is going to transfer a little to our back side of our back leg. Okay, some things to watch here when we're loading up. Okay, we're lifting that heel up with the lower body and the back leg. Make sure that weight stays on the inside. So the player should feel the weight go down the inside of their leg and down more onto the inside of this foot, kind of big toe. Things that you'll see, okay, is when they lift up their front heel, they'll sway, they'll push more instead of coil. Okay, they'll push, and weight will get on the outside of this back foot, and this knee will get over their foot. So keep this knee on the inside of this back foot, and keep that weight going down the inside into that big toe. Okay, so heel up, weight's coming back on the inside of my back leg. Okay, so now what happens with my upper body and my hands? Okay, feel that upper body. You'll see I start to pull my hands back, and my back muscles kind of start to squeeze, and you'll see my elbow starts to come up. Okay, and I maintain this box. Elbow comes up, back muscles start to squeeze, and my knob starts to point more at the catcher, or maybe even behind the catcher towards the umpire's feet. Okay, so this is a good starting point, those aspects of the load for sure for our beginning players. 8U, 10U first year players, 10U maybe second year players. But really for any player, once they have that down, here's what else you can introduce, is what we're going to call a coil aspect. Okay, so we're here, and I start to lift up my front heel, squeeze my back muscles. Okay, feel your hip start to coil and turn. Okay, and start to load up into that hip. And then you'll see my back pocket here starts to point a little in the direction of the pitcher. Okay, so you get that coil in the hips that you're ready to explode once that ball starts coming. You also see this front shoulder, and this happens really with the squeezing of the back muscles, but this front shoulder starts to turn just a little as well. Okay, so that's kind of the second aspect of the load. Of once girls are comfortable with the load, you can start to talk about hip coil. I think that's it. Okay, so as far as a drill for this, you can use a bat and have a mirror to kind of give you some feedback. But all you need to do is imagine there's a pitcher. That's where your eyes are during the load, and just load. Just get that to be muscle memory so that when you get into games, you just automatically are loading when that pitcher is getting into their delivery. So that's the load topic of our hitting series. Next will be, swing sequence. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You'll get notified of our upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.